I'm talking about emojis to filter your contacts so you can find people quickly, be the person that your clients are depending on, and ultimately get you paid. This is one of my favorite things to teach people because it's so simple. I've literally trained on this all around the world and anybody can do it. I'm talking about emojis to filter your contacts. Let's talk business first. These are what we're gonna call our jet people. We're gonna use the jet. We're not gonna use the airplane emoji because this is first class. We're not flying coach on this one. We are going private jet, champagne, caviar. I don't even think I like caviar, but that's beside the point. So let's break this down. Here's the 3 people that get the jet. Number 1, people that you like. People that you know and people that you like. Number 2, people that know you and that like you. Number 3, people that are in a position to refer you and actually will. See, if your average client sells their home every 7 years, referrals are gonna be absolutely key to your business. And speaking of keys, let's go to our next one. The keys, AKA my clients, your clients. And remember, with any of these emojis, you can use whatever you want. These are just the ones that I use. This is what works for me and my brain, but you can use whatever you want. So with the keys, these are people that have bought or sold a home with you in the past. Maybe you're a new agent. Maybe you haven't sold a home yet, or maybe you've sold one. You've got 1 key. Congratulations. If you can sell 1, you can sell 2. Here's a very important note on referrals. If you get a referral from someone, anybody, thank them right now. Give them a gift. Do something nice for them. Call them. Don't just thank them if you close the transaction and get paid 2-3 months from now. You need to reward the behavior immediately. See, your friend that referred you, they don't care about the end game. It's like, oh, did my friend make money in 90 days? No, like they did something nice for you. Go to Amazon, go somewhere, buy them a gift, send them a little text message. Reward the behavior, not your ability to follow through and close the deal. Your friend did what they were supposed to do, send you the referral. All right, let's go to the next one, the contractors, AKA the hammers. Now think about it like this. If clients move every 7 years and referrals are gonna be super important, guess what else is important? It's gonna be important to be a resource for your VIPs, for your clients, because if they don't move like for 7 years, that's a long time in between like sales, right? So here's what I want you to understand. Be a resource for them all year round. See, on average, things break in a home about 7 times a year. So now, would you like a client to call you every 7 years, or would you like them to call you 7 times a year? General contractors, like my buddy Carl, love that guy to death. Like, he is my #1 go-to.
We got excavation, concrete, framing, steel, windows and doors, garage doors. Corey, there we go. Electrical, plumbing, HVAC, fire alarm, sprinklers, roofing, insulation, drywall, taping, plaster, flooring, finish carpentry, painting, interior, exterior, masonry, and landscaping.
These are just a few of the things that could be in your phone with the hammer as a contractor. So when your clients and your VIPs, your jet people are calling you and they say, hey, I need this type of person. Do you know this type of person? You need to be that resource for them. And if you are, they're gonna continue to call you. And if they call you once a year, twice a year, 7 times a year, guess what? When they go to move, when they go to sell their home, when they go to buy that investment property, you're gonna be the first on their list. It is super important to be a resource for your clients all year round, not just when it's payday. That's where it's like, look, be the resource, be there for your clients all year round, and it's always gonna come back and pay you out in the end. This is super important, so remember this. Your network is your net worth. Grow your network, grow your database, grow your emoji family, because the more people you can find in 2 seconds and be a resource for your friends, for your clients, for your neighbors, be the resource. And using these emojis, you don't need some big fancy expensive system. This is right in your iPhone. This is right in your Android phone. This is going to be a service you are carrying around with you 24 hours a day, practically. All right, let's knock out a few more of these. Mortgage lenders, I use the bank emoji. You can see the list right here. It's always good to have a couple different lenders in your back pocket. Some lenders specialize in bad credit, great credit. There's a lot of different niche products when it comes to mortgage lending, and it's changing all the time. So again, when your clients are calling you, have a nice database of mortgage lenders that you can trust and depend on. Especially, I would recommend you find one that you can text on a Friday night or a Saturday night, because you never know when that client's gonna need you to be able to connect them with the right person right on the spot. So next one, let's talk about home inspectors. Spy emoji. I use this one for home inspectors. I usually have my go-to home inspector, but it's always good to have a couple on backup as well. Next one, maybe you have a client that says, hey, I need to cash out of this house. I need to get out quickly. I need a home flipper. So I'm gonna just go to my iPhone. I'm gonna type in derelict. It is the busted up house emoji. If I click on that, I'm gonna get a list of all these people that might be a good option for my client and say, hey, I got somebody that will cash you out. You're gonna have access to all those types of people right there, your home flippers. I put the little house with garden emoji on the real estate agents, because if I have done a cross sale with them before, and they're gonna call in, it's gonna have maybe their name I might not recognize, but the home with garden, I go, oh, that's a real estate agent. Now these next three have to do specifically with EXP. In EXP, people that you personally sponsor. So if you joined EXP with me and you have another friend, you're like, hey buddy, I wanna show my friend EXP. Now let's say they join with you. That is gonna be the gold medal. It has a 1 on it. That means you personally sponsored them to EXP. That is a number 1 because they are in what's called your tier 1. We don't need to go into all that. Again, I just wanted to show you different ideas so you can brainstorm and think about how these emojis might fit your day-to-day life. Now, this next one is one of my favorite things to do. So for every single listing that I have, I pick a specific emoji for this listing. So if I have an agent that calls and says, hey, tell me about the property, I'm interested. I have a client that wants to come take a look. In this case, I used the little purple dude. I don't even know what it is. I just type in the word game, and that's one that came up because these specific clients that I use this one for, they are both gamers. They work in the gaming industry. So it just had this little connection for my brain. And you can also see on this list too, there's one with the popcorn. Another listing that I had, they had a really killer movie theater room. So I just called it the popcorn house. Pop, 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 we got the popcorn house. Here's how it could actually apply and help your clients and help you get the deal closed. So let's just say that you've been on the market for a couple, 2-3 weeks and you want to do a price improvement. So let's just say you dropped the house $50,000. So now you want to go back to every agent that had called you in the previous couple of weeks and you want to let them know, hey, we just did a price improvement, because not every agent is paying attention as much as you are as the listing agent. So we did a price improvement. I clicked on that little purple gamer emoji. All the agents showed up, as you can see right here on the screen, and I went boom, 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 boom. And I copied and pasted a message that let each one of those agents know that we just did a price improvement. So if their clients were interested, and now we're texting back and forth, we're stirring that back up, and now we can do right by our clients by getting that information out to the parties that were the most interested in real time. All right, the next one I'm gonna show you is the tractor. So I live in a city called Duval, Washington, and literally right where I'm sitting, our home used to be a chicken farm. There was chickens everywhere, I guess, but I like the tractor emoji because it represents a lot of the farming community where we live. So if I want to click on the tractor and I go, oh, I want to talk to one of my neighbors or talk to somebody that I met when I was walking my dogs, like I'm going to put the tractor next to their name. So that means they live in my city. Here's another fun one, and this one has come in handy several times. So I use the sun emoji for people that live in California in my network. And I also use the cactus for people that live in Arizona, just for a couple of examples. So if I'm gonna take a trip down to Phoenix or somewhere in Scottsdale in Arizona, I'm gonna click on the cactus like a week before I fly out. And I'm gonna look at all my friends that live in Arizona and I'm gonna go, who should I contact before I go down there? All right, last couple here, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I love to use the dog emoji. That means my wife, Eve, and I, we're gonna go do something cool because we need a dog sitter. And I spell dog D-A-W-G because we went to the University of Washington, Huskies, go dogs, ho ho. When we're looking for a puppy sitter, I click on the dog and I see the list of people that we could potentially use. Another one that you might want to track, I have a certain code for people that went to my high school. So Curtis High School in University Place, Washington. I use the blue diamond, go Vikes. And last and definitely not least, if I'm going to go to a Seattle Mariners baseball game and maybe I got an extra ticket, I'm going to click on the baseball and I'm going to look, and it's going to be a great memory jogger for me to go, who should I invite? Because the baseball means I either played baseball with them at UW or they just like baseball. Now I do the same thing with football. wall. You can also see I use the golf emoji. Golf emoji comes in handy if you want to go golfing and you're like, oh, who should I invite to go golfing today? Click on the little golf emoji and there is your list of potential invites to go golfing with. And the last one I'm going to talk about is the boat emoji. So we have a couple of Sea-Doos. We like to go down to the river here in Duval or go out on Lake Washington. So if I want to invite a friend out on one of the Sea-Doos and just go have a fun day on the lake, then I'm going to click on the boat. Now, one little bonus nugget. Boop, boop, boop. Bonus. This is new. iPhone has changed their algorithms a little bit with the emojis. You can now actually use them in combination. So watch this. So let's just say, for example, I want to spend some quality time with somebody that's a Jet person, right? We talked about the Jet people earlier, but I also want to invite somebody to a baseball game. So what I'm going to be able to do is click on the little emoji down here. I'm going to click on the Jet and I'm going to click on the baseball. And when I do that, it's going to double filter essentially. You can use these combinations to be able to double filter and really drill down on who you want to hang out with, who would be a good invite, and how to really just streamline your life, having fun doing it. With that, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Real Estate Tech Tips, Buddy Buck. Peace.